Hey guys, I'm back with another layout. This is for my little scrapbook store, and I'm using some oldies but goodies. I'm mixing in some stash, that Heidi Swap old paper pad that had that happy paper in there. The word was already cut out. So I'm going to use that as my top layer, and I'm using a paper from Print Shop as my bottom layer. And as you can see, the printed edge in the center of the paper has rounded corners. So I went ahead and rounded the corners on that aqua teal colored paper as well. And I'm deciding to ink the edges. In retrospect, I wish I had not done this. I still like how it turned out, but because I inked the edges, then I felt like I had to ink the middle of the letters for happy, because it didn't stand out like the outside of the paper did. And I wasn't thrilled with the results of inking the happy, because I felt like it got a little too messy looking, and that was not my original intent for this layout, for it to be messy. But, once I did it, it was done. Here I'm taking a little blending brush and I'm going to ink the edges. I don't love it. I do go back and kind of add a sketchy line with a black Sharpie, a thin Sharpie around the letters, and that seems to help it a little bit. But again, if I were to do this over, I'm not sure if I would have inked that minty blue paper or the inside of the letters. But it's done, and you'll see the end results at the end. And I do really like it because there are a lot of black elements in this layout, so it does help those elements to pop. But I guess that it wasn't my vision to begin with, but it's okay. So I'm backing the happy with this cardstock. It's kind of like a corally color, and I just thought it was a nice contrast to the pink and like minty aqua color. I'm scrapbooking 2 photos of my husband and I. This was on our 28th anniversary. That not too long ago we went to the beach in Wilmington, and this is a little river walk along the river in Wilmington, and there's restaurants all along and shops, and we went there and had dinner. And it was a beautiful night, and we took these selfies. So I'm using this page to document our 28th anniversary. So you saw the back of this paper, that pink paper, was the black and white florals. So I had a second sheet of that had already been cut up. So I fussy cut some of those flowers, and I'm going to ink the edges of those, because since I already started with the inking of the edges, to be consistent, I ended up inking the edges of my fussy cut items, and I'm going to ink the edges of this pattern paper that I'm backing my photos with. And so we've kind of got 3 different shades of pink on this layout, and then this minty aqua-ish color, and then the black and white, of course. And I really do love the color combination on this layout. It's definitely different than what I am used to, but I like how it turned out. So I'm inking up those papers, and then I glue them down, and I completely forget that I have this piece of papery sitting in my tray over here that I wanted to kind of back behind my photo cluster. So luckily I had not used any wet glue yet, and I was able, I'm just going to put ATG, but you're going to notice I'm going to have to pull that up. But luckily there was no wet glue on it, because I find that once I add the wet glue, it's done. There's no lifting up the photos once that's done. So there's where I figure it out. It's like, oh man, can I get it up? So here we go. I love the papery pieces in the Vicki Boutin collections, because they're very thin paper, but they're perfect for layering. And I loved bringing in a little bit of that craft color as a neutral that pokes up of the top of the photo, and then that fun ledger paper with the notebook kind of edge on it off to the left. Just adding a little bit, adds a little bit of extra detail that I enjoy. And oh my gosh, you guys, the My Sweet Petunia glue press. Where has this been my whole life? I just got this and it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I can't believe it. I am definitely finding myself using the wet glue even more, which I love because it holds your photos down. And I'm so excited to have that glue press. I will link it below. They are hard to find, but Michelle just got a new stock of them in, and I'll leave a link for that below. So I'm using this black little leafy ephemera to kind of just add to my cluster there. And I'm going to apologize already in advance because I had used my camera mount for a different, for like a face fronting video. And I guess when I set my camera up, I did not have it tightened very well, and it started to, the weight of my phone hanging there started to move. So I'm gonna be off screen, not fully on screen. I considered just not doing this video, but I do feel like you're seeing enough of it that I didn't want the video to go to waste. So, but I apologize for that. I did since tighten up everything, so this should not happen for the next one. So I'm using butterflies as the florals and then the butterflies as my ephemera pieces. I used that one bigger butterfly and I popped up the wings with some foam adhesive, and then that smaller little butterfly is from the sticker sheet. I'm bringing in this 28 number, which I die cut out of the same paper that I backed the Happy with. Those dies are Heidi Swap. They're only available on her website. They're like an outline number die, which I really do enjoy. Here I'm going to add some more butterflies to the top. And then I remembered, shoot, I wanted to add that little like coffee cup vellum to the top there, because I did add it to the cluster on the bottom right. You may not have seen me put that down, but it is down there. I actually have a pink and a black down at the right, but the black I felt like was just too much with the black floral and everything. So I decided to go against having the black one, and I just left the pink one at the top. I'm also going to add, okay, so that little stamp, I made that little ephemera piece. It is also from a Heidi Swap little stamp set. And I really love how it's turned out super cute. And you saw me tuck a little gold sticker at the top, just because I wanted to bring in a little bit of a metallic. And some of the pieces, like the chipboard, had some metallic, so I brought it at the top there, and then at the bottom, which you're not gonna see till the close-ups. So I'm gonna glue down the 28. I also added a small fussy cut flower down by the 28. So that's kind of gonna be my third embellishment cluster to kind of form my little triangle to move your eye around the page. And I do really like how there's black kind of in all those three corners. Now, there's not much more going on down there, but I don't think you really need that much more, to be honest. So here's a little clip sticker that I'm going to add up there at the top. I love all of the clips in Vicky's collections so much. Finally, I'm going to add a vellum piece that says "what I wish ... and it says at the bottom of the 28, it says, what I wish, 28 more. So that's going to finish up my layout. I have links below. If you have not shopped at my little scrapbook store, use my code TISA REF, TISA REF, and save 10% on your order. Your first order, that is. All right, guys, thanks so much. Bye.